This winter I wanted to take you back to some of the gardens that I have visited through the year. In this video we will be visiting Borde Hill. Whenever I go to plant fairs, we are often in wonderful gardens, and I take the opportunity to have a wander around, and this particular garden is Borde Hill in Sussex. Hello, I'm Rosie Hardy. This is Rosie Hardy Gardening. If you enjoy our videos, please do subscribe to the channel. Now, Borde Hill has got some amazing gardens. There are open areas and the trees are incredible. They have got some of the most amazing old plantings of trees. They've got new young plantings of trees as well. But then also they've got individual gardens. So I'm now in the Italian garden. This is very much, you know, your hedging, your parterres, planting in there to give you interest right the way through the year. Your water. Italian gardens tend to have water and they tend to be beautiful oblong ponds like this. It's planted all the way around. It's got these amazing terracotta pots situated all the way up. They've all got different planting in them, so they will all be of interest at different times of the year. And then you have your lovely steps going up, and you have lots of architecture. So you have got your beautiful bit in the middle of the actual pond there, that wonderful sculpture, and then you've got another sculpture at the top, and in various places there's seating so that you can sit, you can enjoy. Because of the water, it makes it calm, it makes it tranquil, and if you're sitting in different positions you will get a different view of the garden. So let's go and sit at one of the seats and see what it looks like to be over looking at the garden itself. So just coming and sitting in one of these beautiful benches, lovely wooden benches. You've got beautiful pyramid yews here as well. There is a bit of box, it's being clipped and managed. And then there are Mediterranean type plants all planted around this area. So you've got greys, you've got blues. It looks fantastic. Actually, I could sit here all day. It's just so calming. So let's take a look at what it actually looks like that way and see how calming it is. So this is the view that I had sitting down, and you just hear gentle trickles. There is water coming down the steps down a gully into this wonderful pond. Beautiful still water with the lily pads all the way through, Erigeron carvinskianus all the way around the edge in the cracks. Just a beautiful place. So as you can see, the water is coming down a gully there, that's brick lined, comes down here, it's stone lined going down the stone steps, and then it goes into the paving right the way through. Very, very clever, very gentle, very much something that you'd expect to see in an Italianate garden. I've come venturing out. Now, I've never actually been to this. This is the round Dell, and in here it's beautiful. You're down, it feels like it's sunken because there is a bank that goes up behind me, and that is covered with evergreens and really kept well. And then this amazing spout of water that is going down and landing in the pool, making a really good sound. My only problem with that is if you stand here too long, do you need to run to the loo? But when you stand looking here, there is this amazing V of concrete that goes up, and it makes a wonderful spectacle right the way through. And if you're at the other end of it, you're looking back at this water. You've got Aurelia, you've got Taxodium, you've got a lot of what would be thought of as more of a jungle garden feel. There are bamboos which are all enclosed within the pathway, so they're not spreading too far. You can walk in and out of the bamboos. That is great. There's such a wonderful feeling within this garden, and you can walk around and you can hear the water, and then as you walk away from it, it gets softer and softer and softer. Here are the beautiful bamboos, and canes are amazing. They're really great. And there's a little pathway right the way through some of these, or just a little dell like this. Makes a great photo opportunity. But you know, the water you can still hear, but it's not as loud. So you've got the water coming down, and then you've got this wonderful V that comes through, and you can look all the way up through there, and it is fantastic. Just a fabulous bit of engineering. Many paths to wander around and look at. Some of them are dead ends, like coming through the bamboo, a dead end to the wall there. Then if you come right the way around, the path splits and you can go one side of the palm, you can come down here, you can head up round as though you're going into the jungle and then get out onto the main paradise walk, and then you can look back in to this beautiful round dell. Look at these huge big architectural leaves. They are all over. There are bamboos. There's all this wonderful planting. And this is the wide bit of the triangle, and then as you go down it just goes narrower and ends at the water. Quite interesting to use such a sharp end, but it really works in this situation, and you have such wonderful planting to wander around in. What I love about gardens like these is the fact that they are still gardened, they're still expanding, they're still changing things. They've done some new planting in their walled garden. They are always putting in new trees and shrubs. And the other thing that I really love is there are always quirky little paths that you can come off, so they will tell you if they're slippery, etc. Some of these are not accessible, but they do have accessible paths that come round in a different way. So that is brilliant. And look at this amazing rhododendron. Now, you don't often see the stems of rhododendron or the, this sort of area, because the bark is fantastic. You can tell it's a rhododendron. There we go, that's the proper big leaves, but it's going to flower up there. Now, one thing this garden at Borde Hill does have, it has an amazing collection of rhododendrons and azaleas, and in the spring, April, May, it is a riot of colour and scent with all of those. And then in the autumn times, these are great because they give you that evergreen that you want. Bird song is incredible. There are lovely mature trees. The mature trees are being offset by having new plantings put in as well. But it's not just staying as a garden as it was planted originally. Yes, there are still those elements there, but it keeps on growing, it keeps on changing. Its identity is that of what most people who enjoy having these gardens is, oh, can we see if we can do something like this here? Can we do another project there? Something's looking old and tired. What do we do? Let's pull out half of it, let's keep something that's mature, and let's change it. Because at the end of the day, the people who set up these gardens are people who were always intrigued and wanting new plant material and wanting to try different things. It is a beautiful garden to come along and visit. You've seen me talking about all of these borders and how you can edit and make these borders look really good. So if you enjoy that sort of thing, why not take a look at my border course? It's designed for people who are wanting to perhaps change a border over, re-edit it, move plants around and make it more interesting, or extending a border, or even making your dream border. That is what it's all about. So as I said, there are all sorts of hidden pathways when you come to places like this. So I've come down the main one. You can't go up into the house, which is obvious. But here you've got hydrangeas, you've got beautiful rhododendron, you've got azalea here, there are ferns, there's another hydrangea there. You've got this fabulous camellia behind me. So all of this planting looks superb. I'm standing on some steps which lead down underneath all of these so that you can get to see the beauty out over the fields looking over the far side there. So you can go and look at borrowed landscape, as it were. The garden is contained, but it's just great. And I love this idea of just being able to just nip down little paths and go somewhere else, and then you're not amongst everybody. So a garden like this, you can get away from everyone. And then on the opposite side of the path, let's see what the planting's there. So here on the opposite side of the path, going up to the beautiful wall there, is this incredible Acer. It's really beautiful. Underplanted with more azaleas. It's got fabulous ferns and hostas in through here. In the spring there are masses of bulbs. It just is fantastic. And I've just noticed a plant that I really love just down there, which is Kerygashoma. Not quite out in flower, and I'm assuming it's palmatum. It's got the big palmate leaves. We'll have a little look at that as well. And then it changes its essence because it then goes into big, tall, hardy fuchsias with ferns and azaleas underneath. This plant here is the one that I love, Kerygashoma, not quite out in flower, lovely lemon yellow flowers, palmate leaf, looking fabulous in the back there. And as I said, as you walk along, so you get different, lovely, big, mature, hardy fuchsias. This is a lovely two-toned one here. You've got the Ricotonii, which is the lovely red one there. Azaleas underneath. There's the odd little flower still on the azaleas, and then it goes out and it opens out to grass. So you get these quite intimate parts of the pathway opening out to much larger paths. It is such a great way of having a lot of interest, a lot of things to look at as you're walking around. Such a beautiful garden. The other thing you will find when you're wandering around at Borde Hill is you will find all sorts of beautiful sculptures, including this, which is known as the fruit platter. And aren't they fabulous? You know, you've got cherries, you've got plums, pears and apples, just really good. These are designed by Simon Gudgeon, who does a lot of bronze statuary, and it's excellent. But just sitting out here, out in this area, the parkland is then over the fence, the garden is within the fence here. We're underneath a beautiful mature oak here, and I just love it. You know, you've got a garden which has fabulous mature trees, new planting, it's growing all the time, it has interest all year round, and you know, what isn't better to come round and have a look at these, get some inspiration, but also if you've only got a small garden, coming and visiting these places just gives you an idea of what can be done, but also they have little niche bits where you can take back ideas, and that's what I love about visiting these gardens. Go out and have fun visiting them, and if there happens to be a plant fair there, that's all well and good. Go and enjoy and buy some plants for your garden. Thank you very much for watching, and please do subscribe to the channel. If you want to watch another video of mine, YouTube thinks this one is perfect for you.